Do you ever remember trick-or-treating as a kid and there was always that one person that had a bucket that said, "Please take one"? Yeah, let's make that bucket even more traumatizing than seeing your older cousin take 2 pieces of candy. To start off this project, we needed a way to find where someone is and go there. We could use something fancy like a stereoscopic camera, find the center of a person in both images, and then do the trigonometry, find exactly where that person is in the space, and then move there. Or we can just use a camera, rotate until the person is in the center of the image, and then go forward. Yeah, that's the AI. To run this AI, we're going to use the Raspberry Pi 4B 2GB because it fits in the space and it can run the facial detection algorithm. It also has GPIO pins which can control the motors. I built a prototype using a frisbee and some motors I had laying around, and it worked. Well, it kind of worked, but it was a proof of concept, so I designed a chassis and 3D printed it. It printed well, surprisingly, because it almost failed. Those motors continued to be used in the final project because my stepper motors are being used for another project. So if you want to see that project, subscribe. But it's coming up soon as well, because it's almost done, but I paused it for this project since I wanted it to come out around Halloween. But anyways, after bolting and gluing the components to it, I had successfully created the world's greatest and most advanced candy bucket Roomba, consisting of a state-of-the-art USB webcam, only the most advanced motors in existence, and a tiny computer named after a dessert. We have finally created the most sought-after robot in the history of Halloween, and its name, Budget Wally. Its AI is so advanced, it decides whether or not it wants to follow you. Anyways, it worked. Ish. It ran away less when I put candy on it, but I'm pretty sure that's just because it couldn't move. But I got a 9-volt battery for it on the day of Halloween to beef up the power, and it stopped working. For no reason whatsoever, even though the motor controller I used is rated for 12 volts, it just stopped working. On Halloween, like 20 minutes before we had to leave, it stopped. So I had to stay, and I was about half an hour late to the trunk or treat, where I was planning on testing it for the first time. Once I took it out to the testing grounds, it completely failed. It didn't work at all. It didn't even move a muscle. I thought it was maybe the power bank had died, so I took it home. I powered it externally, but it still didn't work. For some reason, it had just stopped. The facial recognition was super consistent in testing. And while it didn't follow you super well, it did track your face consistently before. But now it had completely stopped working. And I'm pretty sure this was due to the different lighting. So I changed the code to track light rather than faces. It's future me here, for all of you who actually care about the code. Here's the code. Basically, we just import the libraries we need, we declare the GPIO pins to control the motors, then we declare a few variables, we open the webcam, and then we come down into here, and we detect the brightest point of light. Then, we determine if that point of light is bright enough for us to chase it. If it is, we set a variable to true, and if that variable is true, then we start moving towards that light. Then right here, we just check if we hit the escape key, which is unimportant except for debugging while connected to a TV. And if we do hit escape, then it releases the webcam and the program ends. And this worked much more consistently. It found the brightest point of light in the room and tracked it. So it will track a flashlight or whatever, and this isn't what I planned on, but at least it does something. So sadly, this is all I was able to get it to do. It worked fairly well, but I hope that maybe next year we can do this, maybe a little bit better, or we can do something different. If you have any ideas, leave them in the comments below. Like and subscribe. This project was a ton of work to get to even work a little bit by Halloween. And there are some videos coming out soon, so if you want to see those, make sure you subscribe. I'll see you in the next video.